What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Three Pyramids Network, and today we are reacting to your boy Flacco, man. Shout out to Flacco. I'll leave his link in the description down below. But we're reacting to Flacco, and unfortunately, man, I ain't got a lot of time. But I guess Jay Z and Pusha T are in the Epstein files. I'm I am I don't know what to say. I don't now. First and foremost, I don't think it's anything bad. They probably was like at one of those little parties or whatever, and they were just, I guess, seen or spotted there or something like that, and they maybe got like some I don't know. I don't know, bro. I'm just I'm not gonna say hurt, but I'm just like, damn. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised, but like, damn. But let's check
There's
this
a
out.
lot of surprising names on here, but
Oh, hit
no
that like,
name
hit
is
that
more
sub.
surprising than Jay-Z and Pusha T. Before we get this video started, if you
Whoa.
were initially arrested, the FBI opened up a tip line. And the tip line was for anybody with any type of information on Epstein, his co-conspirators, if you were a young woman who was there, because the Epstein network was so vast that when the FBI arrested Epstein, for the most part, they thought they didn't even uncover 1% of the iceberg. So this tip line was
One
opened
percent,
up. Now, this tip line
bro.
had a
That's
lot of
crazy.
accusations coming through. Unfortunately for Jay-Z and Pusha T, they both had allegations about themselves come through the tip line. In the case of
Oh,
Jay-Z, he's
okay.
beyond cooked in the eyes of public perception because the victim came forward.
Oh shit. The date that this was received was 7/10/19. Oh wow. Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. My
10th,
bad.
2019, 8:20 a.m. Eastern. On July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, the particular victim called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Now, they provided the following information. So this essentially is like a transcript of what they provided.
It's a
So
lot
they
of
said in
redacted.
approximately 1994, listen, man, there's a bunch of redaction. I'm assuming is victim names, et cetera, et cetera. So this got
Okay.
redacted, but she revealed herself to blank, which
As
I'm assuming is like the
a
call center
past
employee that answered this
victims,
call, as a past
as of
victim of
usual.
abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. She described the abuse occurred during parties. Now, we all know, a bunch of these abuse did happen at these parties, right? I think Jeffrey Epstein was known to throw these really like wild parties that had these like wild massages. I think like in like the first little piece of Epstein files that kind of got released like a couple years ago, we heard, like there were like midgets there, like there were like really, 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 really tiny people, like 4'9" midgets, and like people
I
indulged in
mean,
that. Like it was
are we sure that there were?
Jeffrey Epstein apparently provided you with whatever your speed was. If your speed was dwarfs, he would provide you with dwarfs. Okay, that's what went
Hmm.
down at these parties. Okay, so yeah, so apparently she was brought to parties, and she was the party favor for a bunch of weirdos and creep. Redactions right here are very suspicious. So blank. So this is like the victim's name. Further identified blank as a friend of blank. I'm assuming blank and blank are now minors. Blank and blank are people in high position of power. So
Hmm.
she will claim that in approximately 1996, which is about 2 years after this whole nonsense began to happen, where she was being used as party favors at Epstein.
Yo,
Apparently,
party
she
favors is
resided with
wild.
blank, which is I'm assuming like one of her like perpetrators in blank state. An unknown man abducted her from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay Z. So she apparently lived at this residence with somebody I'm assuming is also a perpetrator, and they kidnapped her. They abducted her from that home, and she woke up to the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay Z, while Weinstein apparently had his fingers into, we can probably guess where he had his finger into. Right now, she believed that she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Now,
What?
she estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions. Now, hold on, man. 7? Awakened each time in an opulent indoor setting. She suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She recalled that Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasion of abuse. In approximately 2006, she last recalled being abused by Epstein. Now, okay, so this started in 1994 and lasted to about 2006. I'm assuming at some point here she stopped being a minor, right? Yeah, like I'm assuming. Let's just say what she was 14 in 1994. That would mean
So
by 1998 she
she would
became
be,
18,
yeah.
and this lasted until 2006. Now
Okay.
I'm not questioning,
But still,
whatever she went through as a minor. If if she's being truthful about what happened here, is very unfortunate. But for this to last until 2006, like there's something very wrong with that picture from my perspective, to be honest. From her story, she didn't really list anything that Jay-Z did specifically, but she
I'm not saying okay, no, I'm not nope,
did say
nope,
that Harvey
nope.
Weinstein, digitally penetrated her,
It's
but Jay Z
it's
didn't, penetrate her. Jay Z was just present, which to me is just as bad, right? Like,
I mean
if
you
this alleged
seen,
minor
yeah,
was abducted from her home,
and you were
brought to the
watching,
Epstein mansion, and it was you, Harvey Weinstein, and
yeah, you
Epstein
can't get away
there,
with that.
and this minor was enduring abuse in your presence, to me, you are just as guilty as whoever is doing the abuse. I
Yeah.
don't distinguish the difference between the two. Whoever is there is just as guilty and equally as guilty. But again, this is just a tip, right? Now,
Hey yo.
h- however this tip was investigated, no charges were ever brought, right? Like as far as I know, Jay Z was never brought for a subpoena, a deposition, nothing. And this particular tip didn't go anywhere. But because the tip came in by Epstein, it was included in the Epstein files. Fortunately for Pusha T, we can't say the same because she did list things that Pusha T did specifically. Now, it will continue and it will state on each occasion she believed she was drugged, clouded her memory. She attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers. Now, one of the handlers she would say would be Pusha T, because at the time, I would say Pusha T don't really belong in those rooms. Pusha T was not a superstar. He was not a megastar. He wasn't somebody of importance. So if somebody like Pusha T was in those rooms, Pusha T would probably be the handler, right? The dough boy, the do boy, right? The store
Oh, the
runner
person that would like
to
bring
me,
him in
right?
and
Because
out.
Pusha T wasn't
Yeah,
no
I can
megastar.
see that. I can see
Jay
that.
Z, I can understand Jay Z being in rooms with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Pusha T don't really fit in those rooms at all, bruh. That's like you seen Poetic Flacco in a room with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. You will say,
It's
what is
possible.
this dirtball doing in this room?
Funny enough, it's
I'm probably
possible.
the handler in that regard. Okay, so this story makes sense, to be honest. Again, I'm not saying Pusha is guilty of anything. I'm just saying Pusha role being in that room makes sense. Okay, now it will continue, and she will say, among her handlers, she identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, she attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in abuse. So now Pusha T went from being just a handler to now Pusha T was also engaging in the abuse. Now, she claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to the racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. She further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the abuse. She confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. She refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved
So
between
she was
staying at different hotels.
yeah.
So this was somebody who was homeless,
Well,
which I don't know if that gives more credibility or
I don't
takes it
really. I wouldn't
away.
say homeless, but
I'm
I'm
not
pretty sure
about
that they
to,
would move her from place to
like
place
diminish the
if they
abuse
were,
just because of somebody right now probably
yeah.
in a position that's unfavorable. Right? A lot of people see a homeless woman making these allegations and they'll probably say, crazy. I don't know, man. Now, what I would say, man, is Kanye West have been telling us for years
That's actually
that one
that's actually a good thing. That's a good question. Was Kanye West on any of these?
of these dudes
Let me
were,
stop talking.
was on Epstein Island, that one of these dudes were involved with Epstein, but we just ain't been paying attention. This song wasn't dropped too long ago, right? On World War III version 2, Kanye West says, know some ninjas that went to that island. Why the F would you go to that island? Now, Kanye West, has been around Pusha, has been around Jay-Z. They've been feuding for a little while now. One can probably only imagine that if he were to be talking about some dudes, he'll probably be talking about Pusha or Jay-Z.
Oh
Man, I just
yeah, that's
listen,
right.
man.
Him
I'm just
and
a messenger here, bro.
they are not cool
Hey,
no
Rock
more.
Nation. All right, don't hurt me, bro. All right, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm
I'm a
just
nobody,
reporting
so
what I think.
I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, please. Yo, first and foremost, shout out to Flacco. His link will be in the description below for his page. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, to watch the rest of his video. Bro, yeah, like that's actually the last thing that he said is actually a really good question. That Kanye West is not on there. Hmm. So was Kanye really crazy? Probably not. Was he on a lot of drugs? Ah, I will say that. But love each and every last one of y'all, man. I will catch y'all on the next one. The ignorant, eclectic, mad genius. I'm out, man. Peace. Oh, hit that like, hit that sub. And also, if you do, please, please, if you do have a super hype, hit your boy with the super hype, man. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all, man. I will catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.